Welcome in, RCD Sales. Beautiful arrival, 2026 Dutch Star 43. Look at this, 4325. Amazing machine. Now, one of the things that you see right now is there's some terrible things going on. Man is not meant to live like this. Is man meant to live like this? Listen, don't you want to get out of town? Don't you want to get out of town? Do you really want to stick around for the snowballs? Do you really want that? There's more things in life that's better than this. And we're going to tell you why. So, do you want to stick around and dodge snowballs, or do you want to go somewhere nice like Florida, Texas, Southern California? We're going to be there, Lord willing, here in a couple of weeks. So let's start it out. Beautiful coach. Beautiful coach. This is for the bougie trucker. All right, this is for the bougie trucker. Now, let's get started. Come on in. Let's get started. 10 kW generator. People at home, they have a standby generator. Right here, you have your standby generator, 10 kW. Was out camping in Salt Fork. Summertime, hot. Power goes out. We have a storm, power goes out. Everybody's sitting there looking miserable. Guess what? I was in a motorhome. Had a generator, flipped the generator on, nothing stopped for me. All I had to do is look at my neighbors as they suffered while I have my generator running. Camping continued for me. I even offered some electric to them, but nobody took it. So a 10 kW generator. Now, once you go in here, you also have some hot water. This is actually a hot water spigot where you can spray off and clean your windshield. Amazing feature. You also have your Hadley, you have your horn. Of course, driving a big bus, you have to have a good horn. I was taking a Super C, and that thing had a sissy horn. It was terrible. It sounded like a, I don't know, it was bad. It was bad. I don't know how they made it so bad. But you have your hot water. Generator is easy to service. You can slide this in and out. Locks right into place. You have the pull handle right there. This just folds down. It's a miserable, icy day. Do you really want to stick around, or do you want to get out of town in something that is nice? Now the awnings, I'm going to pull these in because this wind's getting a little crazy. We have the door awning. It keeps pulling in because the wind's so strong. But as you can see, full body paint on this 4325 Newmar masterpiece finish. Masterpiece paint. You actually feel it. It's smooth. They buff this, so it's nice and smooth. Would you like to have a refrigerator and a freezer? Would you like to have that? No matter where you're at, just open it up. Refrigerator, freezer. This is on an XCR raised rail Freightliner. So there's a lot of advantages to Freightliner. You have a ton of service centers. I believe you have right around 90 Oasis. They are specifically designed for motorhomes. So if you have an issue, you can take it in. But this actually has the Ultra Steer. So I want to show you something right quick. We're getting a little ahead of ourselves. This is a steerable tag axle. So basically, this thing will brake. It actually gives you a 17% better turning radius. You have basically a 55-degree wheel cut in the front, and this brakes. So you actually can almost turn a circle. It's absolutely amazing on this Ultra Steer. People are like, oh, I'd never like to drive that. So hopefully at the end of this video, I'm going to show you what this thing can do in a real live situation. So we have a freezer. And basically, as you can look up, this is a double awning. So this is your box awnings. So these actually come off the top and down. So it gives you a nice sleek look once the awnings set back in. The wind is so strong. Come on in. Let's pull these things back in. So the last thing I want to do is rip an awning off. They actually go by channels. So we'll go to channel 2 in, channel 1 in, and let's go back out. They should start coming in. Now they do have a wind sensor, so it gets a little too rough, they will pull back in. And we also, so this is the Gerard Nova package. So this is a bad boy package. These are electric as well. So a nice shade on a sunny day. Side swinging one-piece radius doors. Now, one of the things on a cold day like this, the one thing to remember, Newmar is the best insulated coach out there. You have 4 in the basement. An R value of 4 in the basement. 16 in the floor. So you're actually 4 in the basement, 16 on the floor, 11 in the sidewall. You can see how that's boxed. Boxed in, gives it a nice sleek look. You can't see the ACs, just gives it a nice clean finish look. 19 in the roof. So when you're out here on a cold day or hot, you want to be insulated. Doesn't that make it easier on all your appliances? Doesn't it make it easier on the AC, on the heating system? So this is absolutely an amazing as far as the way they do this and the way they insulate it. Now, one of the things, oh yeah, by the way, of course you can key the door. You have a little doorbell here. You can't hear it, but I can hear it. Little doorbell's dinging in there. Maybe you can hear it. Maybe it'll pick it up. So slide tray just fits right back in there. Side swinging one-piece radius doors. Trays. Plenty of capacity. Plenty of capacity on these. I mean, you can load these up. This one, you're 25 inches. 25 inches wide. Now, one of the things on a rail, when you have the rails, you do have to be cognizant of when you put stuff in there, those rails back there will catch it. So you got to be cognizant that you have to tighten that up a little bit. They lock in place. You can open those either side. Of course, vacation trucker on loop. Got your outside entertainment. Help my views. Subscribe. Check it out. I'm out here for you on a cold day, showing you how to live a better life. Snow, ice, come on, this is terrible. Big tray. This tray is 41 inches wide. This is a gigantic tray. Slides in, once again, either side. Now you notice these little cameras. Come on, at a big bad boy house, you have a security system. There's a little camera up there you can see. So you have multiple angles. If you want to see at night, you can actually look around. What about a vacuum? Don't you need a vacuum? I mean, if you have a bad boy mansion, a bougie trucker, you have to have an in-house vacuum. Inside, outside. Once again, look at this storage. Absolutely gigantic. 43 by 29. Come on, this is plenty of storage, tons of storage. Basically, controls for your lights. It's easy to get to. These actually just pull right off. You can get in there and work on that. Hopefully, you're under warranty and you let the tech deal with that. Once again, ultra steer. This brakes. DEF. That's one of those things. It's about a 50-to-1 ratio. So you're going to burn 1 gallon of DEF for every 50 gallons of diesel. So you don't use a whole lot of it, but it is something you have to contend with on a big bad boy diesel. So once again, masterpiece finish. Now, if you can kind of look down the side, Newmar is one of the very few where they don't have that fascia that oversteps and you have that bulb. So it eliminates wind. It seats in, gives it a nice sleek look on these Newmars. We're talking about craftsmanship. You want to buy something, you're spending a lot of money. This is $500,000 plus. You want craftsmanship. That's what you're going to get in Newmar. Easy to get to on your batteries. Side swinging door. XCR 450 horse chassis. Everything's easy to get to. So the radiator doesn't block you off. So you get your fluids. It's easier to get to your fluids. Now you come around. Ah, what is this Batman door? What is this Batman door? Newmar is the first ones that I know of. One of the things that people hate about Class A's is there's only one way in and one way out. Well, they changed that. They put an escape door in the back. You can pull this panel just like an airplane, drop the ladder. You can see the back of the toilet. They put this in the restroom, which when we go inside. So side core radiator, instead of the water, the wind, the dust sweeping in the back, which is what it does, side core radiator. It's clean. It's nice and clean on this side. We had to take this little panel off. We were missing a little spring, so we had to take this off. But this is where you put the old stinky slinky. So dedicated area for the stinky slinky. Once again, nice and smooth. Girard Nova power. This is all controlled from the inside. Now, in the United States, we make great things. We do. We do it the right way. Come on. Who wouldn't want this at their house? Who doesn't? We all hate messing with the hose reel. Well, when you buy something $500,000 plus, you have the old hose reel on power. How do you like that? So this is your water control. It's where you hook your water up. Basically has a thermostat in here. It reads the temperature so you know where you're at, because obviously you have to be cognizant on a day like this. You don't want things to start freezing up. So you actually can read the temperature in. SantaCon system. Water. So everything you need to survive. What about some paper towels? Come on, you got the paper towel holder there. Feature after feature. Now, on a day like this, if you never had a motorhome, a 50 amp cord is one of the worst things in the world. But when you have, it's out here on the door. So if you're trying to put the reel in, you're trying to reach in, they actually put it on the outside, which I really like. Come on, this is America. This is America. Just fold that. Listen, even on a cold day, these are no fun to handle. So nice compartment. You have your transfer switch, surge guard. Oasis. This is, the fire is not burning. So the solution is already heated up. So we've had this on because we want to get the floor heat going. So this is a diesel boiler. You'll actually see it burning. You can actually use electric or diesel. It heats that propylene glycol solution. Basically has exchanger in the system so you get a more even heat. If you have a built-in furnace like most do, you get pockets of warmth. But this system actually gives you a more balanced heat all throughout the coach and also heats the floor. So awesome thing. So once again, these are the trays that you can pull out from the other side. We have another camera. So once again, we can see around this unit. Oh, well, I would not want to replace these. AGM. Sealed batteries. So that's what powers, that's what it's going to give you the power. That 12 volt system, of course, you have your generator. You got the little pins, drop right in. Fuel. This is where you pull the handle to open that front to the generator. So, once again, beautiful rig. As we walk around, masterpiece finish. Let's go in and check out. Now, once again, a lot of people, they want to know what it looks like. One of the things you have to contend with when you have opposing slides, it's going to get tight on the inside. So let's go. Door. I'm always curious what the door. This one's 25 inches, which is pretty standard as far as you walk in. If you have dogs, this is something you're going to have to contend with. Once again, opposing slides. This thing's beautiful. This thing looks good. In-house, they do the woodworking. If you ever get a chance, go to Napanee, do a plant tour. They'll take good care of you. Great little donut shop there. Little Mennonite donut shop, if I remember right. Just make sure you stop in. You won't forget it. So once again, opposing slides are closed. So you don't have to robot it. You don't have to robot it, but you do, it's going to get tight for you. So, you're looking at about actually right around 12 inches. So but you still can get through. We can get to the back. You say, can I get to the restroom? You can. So it's got a little chop door on it. So you're not going to be able to get, you can climb across the bed, but you can't get. So you do have this little chop door, which allows you to get in to the bathroom. So hopefully that helps. We're going to do the second installment. We're going to get this thing opened up and demo the inside on this beautiful 43. Just a beautiful Dutch Star. We'll be back. Thanks. Come on in. Welcome in. Come on in. Make yourself at home. Dutch Star 4325. Welcome in. Just in here dreaming of all the awesome places I could go in this. So hopefully California, we're going to knock out 4 parks here in the next couple weeks. But you talk about an awesome place and an awesome machine, Dutch Star. So need I say more? A picture's worth 1,000 words. I mean, listen, this has the wow factor. So let's start in the back. Come on, let's go. I believe I could do this. I believe I could live in this. I believe it's got what I need to live a good life. So once again, we're going to start out. Have your own laundromat, washer and dryer in the back. Who doesn't need that? Once again, that's that escape door that I showed you in the video. Toilet. You actually have a safe in the back. We all need safe. His and hers. Look at all this. Just all kinds of storage. All kinds of storage. And, at the end of the long day, we want to take a shower. We know that. I mean, this would be rough. This would be rough to be out in Sequoia, Death Valley, just sitting under the hot water after a tough day of hiking. Wouldn't that be tough? That'd be difficult, wouldn't it? That'd be real difficult. And then after, get cleaned up, well, you might want to go to your king bed. You might not. Look at all the accent lighting. See, this is, once again, we're talking about craftsmanship. Accent lighting all the way through. You have a control touchpad up above you, so you actually can control lights. This is called more floor. So instead of carpet, it's one piece. So this is solid tile all the way across. More floor. Awesome slide system. Once again, another touchpad. Living room, kitchen, bath. You can control all your lights. Newmar made the first slide. This is their original slide system. So in their control in the bed system. All right. Everybody needs a pantry. Lucky Charms, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Skittles, the good stuff, the healthy stuff that makes a trip worthwhile. What about a residential refrigerator? Of course you need that out on the road. Of course, when you're in the middle of Death Valley, come on, you need all this. Every bit of this. How about more room? Oh, yeah. Mac and cheese all the way. Oh, yeah. Rice, beans, soups, all the way down. Once again, you have the more floor. Now right here, I showed you on the outside, you actually can plug in. That's for your vacuum. So you have your accessories underneath. Little chop door, bath and a half. Who doesn't need a bath and a half? Newmar puts the breakers. It's easy to get to, so this is their electrical. And then you have another, you don't have to video it, but you have another touchpad right here with the lights controls. Now, this is one of my favorite features. I am a huge Red Bull connoisseur. I could sell it. I definitely could sell it. And so, I mean, come on. Red Bull and Prime. That's all you need. You don't need water. You just need Red Bull and Prime, and you can live a good life. Actually see that. Look how it's backlit. I need that in my house. So once again, it's probably, I haven't checked it, it's probably getting close to 30, maybe 28 degrees outside. So the hydronic heat, it's got it nice and toasty in here. No problem whatsoever. Once again, it's exchanging. So heat. So once again, you're getting that balanced heat all through the coach. And of course, this pulls out. You have a couple more chairs. If you need to go 4, you can do that. Sit down here and make out your plans to where you're going to travel. I like this credenza because you can put your pans here. So if you make dinner, put the mac and cheese, the meat, you can all set it here, and then you can just put it on the plates. I like that. Always like that. I like to have that at home, actually. What about, it's important. Oh, vacation trucker on loop. It's important to have it right in front of you. You don't want to pointing forwards. You actually do have a TV in the front, in the very front. And so, you know what? If you need some additional sleeping and they're young, why not? Why not? Listen, that's pretty good. That's pretty perfect. I believe I could have handled that several times when we were on the road. I believe I could handle that. Just pulling off and having all the amenities of home right at your fingertips, all your towels, all your groceries, no bed bugs, all the things. Once again, I'm going to harp on it. We just got off the road. We took a big trip out west. Hotels are dirty. They're overpriced. It's just not for me. If you like to travel that way, so be it. But this is the best way to travel, hands down. All right. More countertop space. Solid surface. This actually slides right back in. Induction cooktop. If you've ever used it, makes a little noise. It kind of hums when you actually use that induction. We have good sink space. And of course, who wants to do dishes when you're in a $500,000 coach? So of course you have a dishwasher. I mean, come on. Why wouldn't you have that? Dishwasher. Now, come on back. Digital interface. Once again, you have these digital interfaces all through the coach. But here is actually where you control. This is the main center. Voltage, tanks, light controls, TV lift, automatic gen start, so you can control your generator with voltage, actually tie it into temp. Floor heat. We're going to get into that here in just a minute. So your exhaust fan controls. These actually have power shades, all right? Now, wouldn't you like to have that at your house? So you're just sitting in your, sitting there in the living room and you just hit a button. You want the blind up. All these are controlled. All these shades are all power throughout the entire coach. And they have different points in the coach where you can control those shades. So you have day and night shades. So for instance, this is the day shade down. So you can kind of see through it. And then you have the night, which is completely solid. HVAC. This is where you control furnace, cool, heat pumps. Of course, these have heat pumps, auto. You can pair, of course. You can actually get into an app so you control this from your phone. And then this is your light control. So this is all built in. Listen, this is luxury at its finest. Now, if you need to cook, if you're having back problems, you're in there in the kitchen and you lift that pot. Oh, you know what you can do? You can just lay down on this 80-degree floor. Oh, yeah. Floor heat. Do you have that at your house? This does. So, if you happen to fall down, just stay there a while. This nice radiant floor heat, warm your back up. You actually can cook anywhere in this coach. Just put your pot down. Just kidding about that. You can't do that. But nice and warm. Let your back get loose. I'm feeling better. Yeah, I'm feeling better. All right, let's get up. Let's get up. All right. Come on. Floor heat. Almost 80-degree floor heat. Now, once again, I was talking about the controls. Another control station. Kitchen. Bath. Control your lights. Bedroom. Go to home. Shades. Floor heat. TV lift. All these integrated all throughout the coach. And of course, you can turn these. I turned one. This would be really difficult, wouldn't it? You can turn this one too. So if you have guests over, I want you to look at the seating. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you had to use the credenza and the table and chairs. So you have 8 seats in this thing. So it doesn't have a ton of sleeping because you got the couch. So you can sleep here. Now, when you're in a Class A, this is a bus of the utmost caliber. This is a windshield big screen to the world. The visibility in a Class A is unlike anything else. There is nothing else like it. And put this down. All right, so let's start this bad boy up. So one of the things that makes Newmar very unusual is, of course, you have all your controls. So basically you have your visors. Okay, power, that's your day. That's day. And see, that's night. So if you're actually driving east or westbound and the sun's in your eyes, you actually can bring this down and it stops. So it doesn't go down and cover up. That would be a tragedy. So they actually stop it, automatically stops. So basically you can travel eastbound, westbound, sun in your eyes, or you can use that for, of course, privacy at night. So one of the things that's very nice, okay, I wish I had this in my car. If you can see down in here, comfort drive. It's called steering effort. You select it. This is a power steering pump. You actually can add, you can make it stronger or weaker. So if you're in a strong headwind and you want to stiffen up the wheel, you can add more power, vice versa. If you're on a real curvy road and you want to loosen it up, you can do that as well. So you can actually adjust this to how stiff. So you say, what do you liken it to? Like a vehicle that has 3 or 4 power steering pumps. You put that on more, you literally can just take your fingers and turn the wheel. It's like butter. It's extremely easy. I mean, we're talking a big boy bus that's just effortless to turn. So once again, great visibility. You have all your diagnostics in here. You can go back, fuel economy, mobile eye, road watch, tire pressure, trips. So everything's in the system. So once again, obviously auto level over here. You can dump the air. I mean, there's just all kinds of intricacies to this bus. I'm just going over a few things. So hopefully you can look at this 2026 Dutch Star with a greater appreciation. Don't get hit with the snowballs. Get out of town. Get out of town. But we have one more thing we have to do. We're going to get this thing closed up. We're going to get it out in the parking lot. I want you to see the turning radius on this because it's absolutely incredible. Thanks. All right. Now I'm going to let you see how this thing turns. A lot of people have questions about that. So it feels pretty good in here. My poor cameraman standing outside. Got the heated seat. Got this power window. Not bad, right? Not bad for $500,000. So let's check it out. Let's look at this ultra steer. Here we go. And I'm going to put more on the ultra steer so we got a nice power turn. Hopefully it looks like I got a compartment door open, but that's okay. We're just here. Okay, let's look at this. Now, if that's not impressive, I don't know what is. Can your car do that? Can your car do that? That is very, very impressive. So I expect you to be here first thing in the morning. RCD RV here in Pataskala, Ohio. Motor Mike reporting for Vacation Trucker. Come check it out. I'll take you through it, take you for a drive. Thanks.